Hello, guys. Welcome to my live section, guys. Welcome to my live sections. Let's look at what the market have for us today, guys. Let's look at what the market have for us today. So we're starting our analysis with the dollar index. We'll start our analysis with the dollar index. Let's look at the dollar index this morning. Let's start our analysis from the weekly time frame. So, guys, how are you doing today? How are you guys doing today? Yesterday, follow my analysis. You're supposed to make some money on the USD. Follow my analysis yesterday. So this morning you have to start afresh and look at the market, the current update on today's market. Let's look at the current update on today's market, guys. Let's look at the current update of today's market. Let's look at the current update of today's market. So let's get started, guys. Let's get started. So this morning we starting analysis with the dollar index. So the dollar index on my weekly time frame, we still have a bullish structure on the weekly time, which is we have this lower low, then we have this higher low, and a series of higher lows and higher lows. So long we have this series of higher lows, this is an indication for a bullish trend on the dollar index. And so long we have this bullish trend on the dollar index, our aim is to look out for more of the buying opportunity on the dollar index. So for us we expect price to move to this resistance level because price closed below this previous support converted to resistance. So we need price to retest that level. Then if price break close above it, we start looking for more buy to the top. But if price fit to close above it, expect price to drop back to this support area. Then if we see price break below this level, this will trigger more sell to the downside. So today's non-farm payroll decision will decide if the market will close above this resistance level. We see price close above this resistance level. This would be a good one for price to continue to push higher to the top. But if price fail, this might trigger the price push back to the down on the BTC, on the dollar index. So let's look at the daily time frame now. What we're expecting from the daily time frame now. So we expect price to come to this resistance before we can start looking for any selling opportunity. We also expect price to fail from this level, start looking for that selling opportunity. But if price break above this resistance, expect more buy to the top on the dollar index. Expect more buy, guys. If you see price break above this level, expect more buys from the dollar index. So let's look at the next pair. Let's look at the next pair, which is the pounds USD. Let's start analysis on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame now, we can see on the pounds USD, we don't have a clear structure on the pounds USD on the weekly time frame. We still have a sideways trend on the pounds USD. We still have this sideways trend. So for pounds USD now, I will want price to take out all this sideways trend. I want price to take out all this sideways trend before start looking for selling opportunity. While for the buying opportunity, I will also want price to take out of this level before start looking for buying opportunity. For now, I don't have anything to do with pounds USD. But we know that price closed on these resistance levels. We know that price closed on the resistance level. But I want the market to give me a flow which I can trade with. So I don't want to trade in a ranging market. So that is why for now we are avoiding the pounds USD because of price is currently ranging. So I will not have a clear clue of what the market wants to do. So we leave the pounds USD, then we'll go to another currency. Let's look at the next pair, which is the Euro USD. Euro USD on my weekly time frame, we can clearly see we have this higher high, then a lower high, and a series of lower highs, lower highs. So long we have this series of lower high, we see expect price to continue to push lower on the Euro USD. So we see expect price to push lower on the Euro USD. Then price has also closed on this resistance level. So on this resistance level on Euro USD, we cannot buy from this level. We need price to come to this support level for us to make buying decision. So we need price. If price can fail to close below this level, this will trigger a buy on Euro USD to the top. But if price break, if you see price, if you can see price break below this level, this will trigger a sell opportunity on Euro USD, which means Euro will retest back to this level. Then we'll see a big sell for Euro to the downside. So once we see price close below this level, expect a bearish opportunity on Euro USD, because currently we have a good structure for selling opportunity on Euro USD on the weekly time frame. So long we have this bearish structure to sell Euro USD on the weekly time frame, let's drop down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, we can see we have price on Euro USD. We can see we have this lower low and a higher low. So we need price. So long the weekly telling us, giving us a bearish signals, we need price to give us a series of lower highs for us to join the euro to the downside. So the current structure now, we can't make any decision on Euro USD. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame of Euro USD. So on the Euro USD 4-hour time frame, we need a bearish structure, guys. We need a bearish structure to make our decision. Without this bearish structure, we cannot make any good decision on Euro USD. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see we have series of higher lows. You can see we have this higher low, and higher low. So we need price to give us a bearish structure, which is a series of lower highs for us to start looking for selling opportunity on Euro USD. So long we have this bearish, so long we have this current structure on Euro USD, we'll be staying out of Euro. Even the weekly is telling us to sell. We stay out of Euro until we get a clearer picture for us to sell the Euro USD, guys. We get a clearer picture for us to sell the Euro USD. So for now, we don't have a clearer picture to sell Euro USD until we get a series of lower highs. So let's look at the next pair, which is Australia USD. Australia USD is on the weekly time frame, is currently having an inner structure, which is at this higher high and a lower high, then a lower high. So this is a sign of a selling opportunity for the Australia USD, which indicates we expect price to drop to this level. But if price break this inner structure high, this will trigger more buy for Australia USD to the top. But if price break this level, then we'll start looking for possible selling opportunity on the Australia USD. So let's look at the daily time frame of Australia USD. So on my daily time frame of Australia USD, we can see we still have price creating series of higher lows, and higher lows. So we need series of lower highs for us to sell the Australia USD to the downside. So once we get that series of lower high, we'll be jumping in to sell the Australia USD. So for now, we don't have a clear direction on Australia USD sell. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame of Australia USD. You can also see from the 4-hour time for Australia USD, you can see we still have a series of higher lows and higher lows. So we don't have a clear directions until we see a series of lower highs. We'll start looking for possible selling opportunity on the Australia USD. You can see now that we don't have a clear structure to sell Australia USD for now. So we have to be patient and wait for price to give us a good setup for us to join Australia USD sell, guys. So let's look at the next pair, which is the USD JPY. So USD JPY, we see expect a bullish move on the USD JPY, because on the weekly time frame, you can see we see have a bullish structure that have a series of higher lows, and higher lows. So long we have this bullish trend, our aim is to look at for more of the buying opportunity on the USD JPY, guys. We have to look at for more buying opportunity. We can't sell from this current strong trend. So we need price to move to this resistance level. If we break off this resistance, we trigger more buy to the top. If price fail, this might trigger price back down. So we're expecting more buys on the USD JPY. So let's look at the daily time frame. So on my daily time frame on USD JPY, we can see we have price breakdown, and the weekly is telling us to watch to buy. We need a series of higher low for us to buy the USD JPY, guys. So we might see price push to this level and price might retest. That might see price push to this level to price retest. Then we'll start looking for buy to the top on the USD JPY. So let's look at the 4-hour time frame. There's any bullish trend for us to buy. So on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that price already creating lower low, then higher low, then higher low, higher low. So this has good, yes, should be a good area towards to buy to the top. But let's see how markets unfold. We'll start looking for more buys if we see a series of higher lows on the daily time frame, guys. So let's look at the market unfold for the USD JPY. So for USD JPY, you have to look out for more buy opportunity on the USD JPY, but apply proper risk management on USD JPY buy. Let's look at the gold USD. So the gold USD on my weekly time frame, we see have a bearish structure on the weekly time frame. So long we have this bearish structure on gold USD, we expect price to continue to drop lower. So long we have this very structure, we expect price to continue to drop lower on gold USD. The only reason we can start looking for selling opportunity, we need price to break above this resistance level. If we have price break above this resistance level, we start looking for possible buying opportunity to the top. Then if we have price fail to close above that resistance level, we start looking for possible selling opportunity for gold to the downside. So gold on my weekly time frame still remain bearish, guys. We see have a bearish trend on the gold on the weekly time frame. Let's look at the daily time frame on gold. Daily time frame on gold, we have a signal, a bearish signals already telling us to what to sell the gold from the daily time frame, but we need a series of lower highs for us to sell gold to the downside. We need price to give us a series of lower high for strong bearish move for gold to the downside. So once we see a series of lower highs on gold on the daily time frame, start looking for selling opportunity for gold to the downside. So let's go back to the weekly time frame. On gold on the weekly time frame, we expect once we see that price fail to break this level, expect price to move to break this area, this level, then expect price to drop to this next support level on gold USD. So let's look at the next pair. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame of gold. So on gold USD, we need price to give us a series of lower highs for us to see a good sell for gold to the downside. We need price to give us a series of lower highs for us to see a good sell for gold to the downside, guys. So expect price to close on this zone, to break it or close below it for us to make our decision next week for gold USD, guys. So let's look at the next pair. Let's look at BTC USD. So the BTC USD still find it difficult to move to make its decision, because currently we have price on these support areas and we still have a strong bearish trend on BTC USD. So for me to sell the BTC USD, because we have a bearish trend, I need price to come to this resistance for me to start looking for possible selling opportunity. So for now, I'll be patiently waiting for price to come to this resistance level for me to look for sales on BTC. So we don't have a clear reasons to buy BTC for now, but we expect price to come to this region for me to start looking for sales on BTC USD. So let's look at the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, for price to buy to this region, we need price to take out this high. Once we price take out this high, we expect price to move to this level, then start looking for series of lower high source to sell the BTC to the downside. So we don't have a clear picture for sales or buys on BTC yet. So let's look at the next pair. Let's look at the next pair, which is USD card. So USD card on my weekly time frame, you can see we have a bullish structure, which is this lower low and higher low. So we have, so long we have this series of higher low, expect price to push higher to the top. So this series of higher low indicate a bullish trend for the USD card. So this is a sign of a bullish trend on the USD card, guys. This is a sign of a bullish trend. And we don't want to go against the major direction of the market. So currently we have price close on these weekly support areas. Price close on this weekly support area indicating price reversal back to the top. So let's look at the daily time frame of the USD card. So guys, if you're not joining us, please do it to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Please do it to like and subscribe to the channel. So let's look at the daily time frame of USD card. On my daily time frame of USD card, we are starting to see a price giving us a sign of reversal on USD card to the top. So we have a signal candlestick around this area already, telling us to start looking for possible buy of price to the top. But I need price to give me a series of higher lows for me to start looking for buys on USD card. So once I get that series of higher lows, I'll start looking for buying opportunity on the USD card. So let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame on USD card. So on the 4-hour time frame of the USD card, we can see we have a little shift of trend already on USD card. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see we have this lower low and a higher low. So this will also might trigger the buying opportunity, but I want price to clear this high first before I start looking for more buy to the top on the USD card. So a break of this high will signal a strong bullish opportunity for price to move higher for card USD to the top. So let's wait for price to take out this high before make our decision on the buys on the card USD, guys. Let's wait for a clearer direction for us to make our decision. So we can't jump in on this current market now. We have to wait patiently and wait for clearer direction for us to make a good decision on the USD card. So if you are just joining us, guys, please do well to like and subscribe to this channel, guys. Do well to like and subscribe to this channel. So if you follow my analysis last week, I said I expect price to continue to buy on the US30. You can clearly see that on US30, we can see that price really is buying to the top. So, but what we expect this week, next week, we expect price to close above this resistance. Once we see price close above this resistance, we wait for a test, then we'll start looking for buy to the top. So this is what we're expecting for the US30. But if price close below this level, this might trigger a sell back to this support area next week on the US30. But our current structure on the US30, we still have a bullish structure on the US30. So we might be seeing more buy if you can see price close above this level. So let's look at the daily time frame of the US30. Please, guys, if you're just joining us, please do to like and subscribe to the channel. So on US30, we expect price to retest this zone first, start looking for possible buy to the top. So once we get a clear structure for make any decision. So on the 4-hour time frame, we also need price to give us a series of higher low for us to start looking forward for buying opportunity on the US30. So let's look at our next pair, which is the USD CHF. So USD CHF on my daily time frame, you can clearly see that we still have price giving us a bullish structure on USD CHF. You can see we have price giving us this lower low and higher low, then higher low. So this series of higher low indicate a bullish move. So this indicates a strong bullish move on the USD CHF, guys. This indicates a strong bullish move on USD CHF. So expect price to keep pushing higher to the top on USD CHF. And you can currently see that price currently on a support region. So these are good areas for what buying opportunity. So I'm currently in this USD CHF buy with good profits. So let's look at the daily time frame. If you have been following my analysis since the week, you notice that the only pair I'm trading is the USD CHF, and it has been in good profit for us. So let's look at the daily time frame structure. So on the daily time frame, you can see we have a series of higher low, then higher low. So this series of higher low indicates a bullish move for us, guys. It's a bullish structure. We cannot buy from this kind of bullish structure. You can see that the daily has a bullish structure, the weekly has a bullish structure. And you can see currently price rejected from these our support levels, daily support, also a weekly support. This will trigger more buy for the USD CHF to the top. So this is a kind of bullish opportunity for USD CHF to the top. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame of the USD CHF. On my 4-hour time frame of USD CHF, we can clearly see that price has started to give us a lower low and higher low, then higher low. So this series of higher lows indicate a bullish trend. Then we can also see that price has tested this resistance high, which is also a liquidity high, and price is tested back to these support areas. So this is a sign of bullish movement for the USD CHF. So yesterday we bought the USD CHF from this particular support area. So we bought the USD CHF from this support area yesterday. So we are seeing good profit on USD CHF. So I'm still holding USD CHF trade. So I'm still expecting more buys on the USD CHF to the top, guys. I'm still expecting more buys on USD CHF to the top. So I'm still expecting more buying opportunity on USD CHF to the top, guys. So look out for more buying opportunity from the USD CHF. Have you guys heard of Antec Trader? Antec Trader is one of the leading pro firm currently. They are one of the best pro firm I can recommend for you guys to purchase account from. So I will advise you, if you are a beginner trader or an advanced trader, still risking your $40, $20, $100 on a trade, I won't advise you to do that. I will advise you to get a prop firm account so that you can manage your risk properly and follow real rules of trading. So I will advise you to click the link in the description below to get Antec Pro firm from my link below. Then you get a discount. If you use my link below, you get a discount code using my link right now. Click the link in the description below to purchase your Antec Pro firm from my link. Then your Antec Trader also have instant accounts where you can just buy account and trade and make profits. Then Antec also have a one-step challenge account where you have to pass the first challenge. After you pass the first challenge, you'll be given a funded account where you can trade and make profit and withdraw. Then they also have the two-step challenge where you pass the first phase and second phase. Then they'll give you a funded account, then you can make profit and withdraw. Then you also have the three steps challenge where you pass the first phase, second phase, third phase, then you give you a funded account and you can start trading and making profit and withdraw. So Antec trader, in terms of withdrawal, their withdrawal is very fast. Then in terms of spillage, they don't have spillage. They have the lowest spread in this trading industry. In terms of spread, they have the lowest spread in this trading industry. So I will encourage you guys, I will recommend Antec for you to buy. Buy Antec Profile account through my link in the description below, guys. Through my link in the description below. Get your Antec Profile account through my link in the description below. Then you also get a discount code for that. So if you find this analysis helpful, please do well to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more trading tips and forex analysis. We always come here live Monday to Friday to give you market updates, live market updates. So please subscribe to my channel so that every time you are live, you get access to our market update Monday to Friday. So this update will be coming up 8 p.m. plus 1 GMT Nigeria time. So please do it to like and subscribe to this channel for more trading tips and forex analysis. So we'll continue to buy our CA share, guys. To see you in next week update, because today is Friday. See you guys in next week update. So we're ending this live now. So see you guys next week. See you guys next week is Monday. So enjoy your weekend and trade safe. Don't over risk, guys. Don't over risk. Trade safe and enjoy your weekend, guys. Don't over risk, guys. I will encourage you to trade safe and enjoy your weekend.